Have you been thinking about selling your home, but you don't want to spend thousands of dollars in realtor or title company fees? Well, you can actually sell your home yourself, but there are some risks you need to know about. So in this video, I'm going to break down how to sell your home without a realtor or a title company, where to list it, how to get it on the MLS without an agent, and what legal documents you'll need to make it official.
Yep.
Amazing.
Now stick around, because we are also going to go into, one, the states that you cannot do this in, and two, we're going to tell you a little bit about title insurance and why it rarely pays out and whether you really need it or not. So let's start with one, listing your home without a realtor. Well, the first step obviously is to get it in front of potential buyers. So you're going to want to utilize some platforms. A couple of obvious ones would be, well, Facebook Marketplace. Another one, which is good old Facebook Craigslist. The Craigslist. And then, of course, there's eBay Real Estate. These are all great places that you can list them. But now, what if you want to get it on that coveted MLS without an agent?
Now that's going to be a little bit more. And there is a pro tip to all of these too. If you can take really good photos and a compelling description and basically disclosing everything about the property, that's going to really help avoid any issues down the road. Basically
clone an MLS listing. Look at how they do it and then just kind of clone it.
Yep. So getting on an MLS without an agent. So MLS is a multiple listing service, right? So that's where you go, your realtor.com, Zillow.com, and you want one of those. It is the best way to get exposure, okay? So the first option you can do is there's a flat fee for MLS services. Some companies offer that flat fee for listing, so you pay a one-time fee. Usually it's anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, so it is a little bit heftier, but they'll post your home on MLS, which is really cool.
Another thing you can do is something like a novation agreement with a realtor, where they're going to get a small percentage of the sale where you're doing all the work. And there's a lot of them, especially newer agents, will be just trying to get their feet wet, will be more than willing to make a little money instead of no money. So, okay, so let's talk about understanding title insurance and deeds, and I'm going to let the Ladybird Deed Queen take this one.
So I'll talk about the warranty deed, okay? So a warranty deed is the safest way to transfer property because it guarantees that there are no liens, there's no claims. You're promising that the buyer that the title is clean. So that's very important when you're looking for a buyer. Now there's different types of deeds. So you've got a grant deed, used in some states it's similar to a warranty deed, and then you have a quit claim deed, so which we talk about these all the time. So this is transfers ownership, but makes no guarantees about the title.
Right, so it doesn't cover if there's a title defect. So what is title insurance? Well, title insurance basically protects against past legal issues with your property, like a fraud, an unpaid lien, ownership disputes. But here is the kicker. Most title insurance policies never pay out. As a matter of fact, about 90% of that commission goes to the title agent's pocket. So while it is useful if you are unsure of the history of the property, if it's one that you've lived in, you've paid off, you know what work you've done, is there really a need for it? When you can in fact warranty your deed because you know there's no defects. Then it would make it kind of an unnecessary expense or even a redundancy. Now, I do need to let you know that if you are selling a property that is not a cash deal, meaning that the buyer is coming in with a lender, that lender is going to insist on, at the very least, a buyer's title insurance policy for them. So, hey, if they want to foot that bill, so be it. But you, as the seller, don't necessarily have to get owner's title insurance in that particular instance. So,
and that means more money in your pocket.
Okay, good.
Now, when you're selling a home without a title company, you are going to have these documents in order to cover everybody's butt, so to say. You've got your bill of sale. This confirms the sale and transfer of ownership. Pretty obvious. A warranty or a grant deed, which is going to transfer legal ownership for everybody to know. Then you've got your buyer-seller affidavit. This is to show if there's any outstanding claims or disputes. That also gives the opportunity to list out any credits or debits that you're adding, whatever you negotiate with, between the buyer and the seller. And then you have a HUD-1 or closing statement, and this is for just record keeping and tax purposes. Again, that's going to go over the sale of the property, the amounts, more amounts per buyer and seller, credit, debit, sort of
Basically
thing.
just what a balance sheet, basically.
And you're going to need a notary, or you're going to have to record that with your county clerk as well.
So these documents, of course, you could hire a legal document preparation company that could
Do these all the time.
help you with these. So, all right, so let's talk about states where you can't sell, unfortunately, without lining or greasing the pockets of some attorney. Unfortunately, that is a reality. You do have to check your local states and see which ones, but I can tell you right off the top of my head that Georgia, South Carolina, Massachusetts, New York, and Delaware they're basically what we call attorney states, and an attorney has to have their hands in that deal by some means or another to properly close it. Otherwise, they would deem it unauthorized practice of law. So that is unfortunate. We are in Florida.
We're in the great state of Florida.
Florida, Louisiana, Nevada. There's a lot of them, states where you can just go ahead and sell by owner. You can sell cash to a buyer. And of course, save a lot of fees.
Yeah. So I think that wraps it up. I mean, that's some pretty good information. So if you like our videos and you're interested in just, tips and tricks of real life and lifestyle and building your business, whatever business you're in, just like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be happy to give you more content.